What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Stock Holiday, right back at you again with the latest and the greatest in these cryptocurrency markets. Do me a quick favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into it. Happy weekend, happy Sunday. We got another week ahead of us. January is almost done. Things are moving. Are they moving in our favor? Are they moving in the direction that we would like them to move in? No, they're not. People are fed up with cryptocurrency right now. The markets are continuing to tank. Every time the weekend come around, the stock market is closed, cryptocurrency is left alone, and we are starting to see these weekend dips. January occurred, we saw some awesome pumps. Everybody got excited. We saw Bitcoin get to $97,000. It went from 86 or 87,000 to $97,000. Folks got a little bit excited. We said, you know what? January could be the truth. This could be a kickoff to where we may see a relief rally for quarter one. What happened as of right now? Bitcoin is right back down to where it was at the end of 2025. We're $86,500 today. All of the gains that we had made over the first few weeks of January has been taken. That's why it's so important to take even the small amount of profits, because we know during this roller coaster, when things go up, it don't stay up. What we seen last year, we saw pumps. Immediately after those pumps, we saw some dumps. Will it continue in 2026? We talk about how the pain is not over, how there is still more pain to come. Bitcoin dominance right back 59.40% dominance, almost back at 60% dominance. Friend index at 34. Ethereum is below $3,000. Ethereum is at $2,800. Ethereum dominance is getting destroyed. It's at 11.62%. So what do? Are you going to make a move? Are you going to hold tight and just continue to be patient? The next time we see a pump in the market, what will you be doing? Will you be taking profits? Let me go ahead and get this out the way. This is not financial advice. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell any crypto. This video is strictly for educational and entertainment purposes only. Before investing into anything, please consult with a professional financial advisor. What will you be doing the next time the market dips? Because the market will dip again and the market will pump again. The next time the market pumps, what will you be doing? Are you going to continue to hold, ride the wave up and down? Take a look at XRP. We're right back at $1.83. Take a look at Solana. We're right back smack down at $118 for one Solana. We saw Solana get back up to, I think, $145, and that's back down to 118. Dogecoin getting destroyed at 11 cents. The entire cryptocurrency market is getting destroyed. So being patient, doing some other things to distract yourself to keep you from constantly focusing on cryptocurrency. Watching the football game today. Watching the New England Patriots play the Denver Broncos. I think New England going to win because we know Denver had the issues with their quarterback. So Bo Nix out. They got the other youngster in. Drake May's probably going to run the tables. The late game, the LA Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. That's going to be a good one. Everybody's talking about the Seattle Seahawks defense. So that's what you do. You have to distract yourself and not focus on cryptocurrency all day, every day. Sometimes you just have to close that app, close that portfolio, and just let it do what it do. Because the change is not going to happen immediately. We still have so many things ahead of us that could really send the market into a deeper spiral than we're in. What about the government shutdown that is on the table that could be coming end of January, beginning of February? Here we go again. Some more BS that could really squeeze more of the life, more of the juice out of cryptocurrency. Could really bring Bitcoin back to those levels that people were talking about, $60,000 ranges. January 30th is the date that negotiations, agreements need to be signed in the government as far as keeping the government open. There are funding disagreements from both sides, the Democrats and Republicans. One of the main issues is the funding for ICE. We know ICE has been a huge topic amongst the states, amongst the country, United States. There have been several shootings, especially in Minneapolis, from the federal ICE agents. The Democrats don't like it. The Republicans are supporting it. So there's going to be an issue when it comes to agreeing on the funding fundamentals. How much will we be funding ICE? So that's what we have to deal with as far as being cryptocurrency investors. All of this outside noise will be a part of how cryptocurrency and Bitcoin performs. You going to exit before all this drama occur, or you just going to say, you know what, if it does dip down to $60,000 for Bitcoin, I'm just going to be there waiting for it. Will we be catching a falling knife if we do start to buy in dollar cost averaging at 79,000? Then it dropped down to 75,000. Last year we were buying the dips and the dip kept dipping. We were just trying to catch falling knives, getting cut up. That's why our portfolios bled out. All of those falling knives just sliced through our portfolio. So there's a lot of decisions that we constantly got to make as the CEO of your own portfolio. A lot of things that we constantly have to pay attention to. Also, being aware that cryptocurrency is very tricky. Cryptocurrency seems like it can do whatever it want to do, whenever it want to do it. But most recently, we know October, November, and December, that was not a well-performing quarter four. Take a look at January. We're in the red as of today. As of today, January isn't in the red. We thought January was going to pop. We thought January was kind of going to make up for what December didn't give us. Was going to make up for what October and November did not give us. That did not occur. Not a lot of excitement in cryptocurrency right now. Is this intentional? Is this being intentionally done by the government? Is this being intentionally financed by the banks? A lot of things you have to question, because it's a lot of things that we are seeing that we haven't seen before. So you always want to put your antennas up. You always want to be cautious. You want to be concerned. Is it this? Is it that? A lot of moving parts. But if we do get a turnaround, maybe 3 or 4 months from now, maybe it's a year from now, how much patience do you have? How much patience are you going to give this market? The disinterest in cryptocurrency is at an all-time high. Everybody's arguing, everybody's fussing. Nobody's trusting anything, anybody. The only thing that will kind of cure what we are experiencing right now is if we get a relief rally. We need to get a sporadic relief rally that comes out of nowhere. Seems like we're always getting a dip down coming out of nowhere. Look at October 10th, that came out of nowhere. How come we can't see a spike to the upward direction that comes out of nowhere? We really are at a breaking point with cryptocurrency. A lot of folks are still exiting. They're exiting at a loss. They said, you know what? I'd rather exit right now at a loss than to not even have to deal with this foolishness. Fed up, frustrated. There's so much uncertainty and doubt in this cryptocurrency market like we have never seen before. History is being made in cryptocurrency as far as the dislike for it, as far as the disgust for cryptocurrency. What has changed since last cycle? What has changed since the cycle before it? 2024, there was so much excitement around cryptocurrency. We were popping champagne bottles on the day that the Bitcoin halving occurred in 2024. We had great expectation for 2025. What happened in January 2024? That changed everything. moved everything around. The shift occurred. Large institutions, governments. Whenever large institutions, big money, and government get involved in anything, now we know. We've been knowing. Be careful messing with the government. Be careful messing with the large institutions. They do not want to see the little guy succeed. Because if the little guy succeed, who's going to be there to work at their platforms, work at their warehouses, to work at their facilities, to continue to make their dreams come true? Who's going to be there? If you do 100x, who's going to be there to station and make their profits for them? Who's going to be there to work for the cheap labor? So that's why they need to make sure that it's not a lot of financially free individuals roaming around. So we really have to pay attention to continue to focus on the money, continue to focus on the dollar, continue to focus on the growth of your portfolio. Diversity is very important. Your cryptocurrency may not pan out very quick, may not pan out over the next couple of years, but what other assets are you invested in? Is your investment portfolio diverse, or are you just placing all of your eggs in one basket? I'm only invested into cryptocurrency. That's tough. That's why I say find you a financial advisor. Diversifying your portfolio is always safe, is always best. Yeah, you got a little bit of gold, might have a little bit of silver. A lot of people buying gold and silver right now. Gold just went above $5,000. Silver's almost at $100. Store of wealth is what people do when the economy is unstable, when there's a lot of panic, when there's a lot of uncertainty. People say, you know what? Until things get stabilized, until we get a little bit of certainty, let me just go ahead and store what I have. Let me place this in the storehouse. What's the storehouse? Gold and silver, precious metals, things that are not so volatile. Nobody's storing anything into cryptocurrency. People are doing the opposite, exiting out of cryptocurrency and storing it into the storehouse. Cryptocurrency is brand new. Bitcoin is brand new. But people are still saying that it possibly is a store of value, will become a solid store of value. But as of right now, can't really say that because of all the volatility in crypto, all of the manipulation that we're seeing in crypto. And crypto is being led by Bitcoin. So there's a lot of discussions to be had. There's a lot of things to really pay attention to. But like I said, the investments that we have, the money that we have in there, I don't need these funds for the next 3 or 4 years. This stuff might go to zero. It might go to zero. So we have to always keep that option and that information at the forefront. That's why they say only invest what you are willing to lose. I've never liked that statement because I'm not willing to lose anything. Don't want to lose anything. But that's the game that we in. We're going to continue to keep our head up. Helmet's going to stay on. Seatbelt's going to stay on because we know at any particular time the markets can change and we could be seeing some green. We could be seeing the markets pump up. It could catch us off guard. It could come all of a sudden. So we're just laying by idle as we see the dips like right now. Solana 118, XRP $1.80. Typically when we get those levels, we see a recovery. We see Solana get back to 135. Will I be taking profits on Solana at 135 in my portfolio that I swing trade? The next time I see XRP get to $2.25, will I start to shave and take some profits there in expectations of another dip? Every time we see a dump, we see a pump. Every time we see a pump, we see a dump. That's why it's so important to understand the fundamentals of buy low, sell high. When you see a dump, buy. When you see a pump, sell. Buy low, sell high. investment 101, but it is a very hard concept to apply because when the market's going up, you think it's going to continue to go up. Not in cryptocurrency. It's so volatile, especially at this particular point. During altcoin season, during a bullish period, that's what you see. You see the markets run up, and then they run up again, then they run up again. But in the period of time that we're in right now, we have all these geopolitical issues, issues with Greenland, issues with Venezuela. We have issues amongst ourselves in this country. The funding between ICE. Do we want to fund ICE? Will the government stay open January 30th? Will there be a new Fed chairman? I mean, there's just so much looming around the country and around the world that people are just tired. People are just fed up. So, you know what? I can't take it. Let me just go ahead and place this in the storehouse. Let me just place it in gold and silver. Let me set it and forget it. So that's what we're up against right now. Come on over there. Join us in the Patreon. You can tap in with me at any particular time. I'm running 24 hours a day. Hit me on the side with a message like everybody always do. We could chat back and forth. But like I say, I'll just continue to come to you guys every day just to continue to give you that good encouragement. Coming to you guys every day to give you that good motivation. And that's all I got for you on this one. It's your boy, Stock Holiday. And I'm out.